Welcome to step one of creating your online business. Today, we are going to be talking about identifying your interests and your strengths so you can find a niche. The reason this is step number one is because if you just go out and pick a product that you don't know much about or you don't have any real interest in talking about, you are going to have a hard time staying motivated. It's going to be hard to create content. You can only fake it for so long before you're going to give up and move on to the next shiny object. So, finding things that interest you is key to creating a business that you love and can profit from. So let's get started. So, why your niche choice is critical. Let's start with some common mistakes that people make when picking a niche so you can avoid them. First, not following your interests. Choose a niche that aligns with your passions for better engagement and more results. When you aren't passionate or confident in what you are talking about, your viewers are going to feel that. Next, not niching down enough. Avoid overly broad niches to reduce competition and increase chances of success. We tend to think that everybody is our customers and that's what we want, right? But when you can niche down to a smaller audience and connect with them, get results, and then you can start attracting more and more people like the snowball effect. Next, second guessing and doubting yourself. Make a decision and focus on content creation to avoid analysis paralysis. Commit to one thing for 90 days. You can analyze your content during those 90 days. Next, thinking you need to be an industry leading expert. You do not need to be an expert. You just need to have a little bit more knowledge than a beginner, just a few steps ahead. You can learn as you earn. Next, thinking a product is a niche. A niche is a problem. Focus on solving problems, not just by promoting products. Then, thinking about monetization before the content. Prioritize content quality and audience needs over immediate monetization. I know that we are all in this to make money, but when you prioritize helping people over making money, you will see success. Next, thinking there's such thing as easy money niche. Avoid chasing fast, easy money. Focus on building a solid foundation. If you are constantly chasing trends, it is going to be hard to create something that is sustainable. Next, not researching your niche before committing. You have to research to identify problems and assess competition in your niche. There are some great free tools that I will show you in this module to help you research your niche. Next, being prone to shiny object syndrome. I was awful for that, but you need to commit to your niche to build authority and avoid frequent switching. If you keep switching your messaging, not only will the algorithms get confused on where to send your content, but your followers will likely start to unfollow and lose interest because you're all over the place, right? Next, not thinking long term. Plan strategically for long term success and be patient with content ranking. We all want to wake up and be millionaires in the morning. And although making money online can literally set you free, it takes time and effort to set up. But once you do it, it's on autopilot. But we need to think and plan strategically and pivot when needed. So, what makes a strong niche? Well, can you talk about it for years? Remember, this is a topic that you are going to be talking about in content to drive traffic to your offer. Remember, we are building something that is going to grow, we are going to scale, but you want something that interests you, something you're interested in learning more about. Are people actively searching for this information? We will be going over ways to research your topics. It's okay if there's not millions of people Googling it every month, but we do want to see some interest. Next, does it solve a real problem? If you're not solving a real problem, you're going to have a hard time selling anything. People want to see how your product and service or program can transform their lives. People buy for the transformation, not the information. Remember that when you start creating content, is there an audience willing to spend money? This is another thing we will have to research. Are people spending money? What type of products are already out there? And can you find any gaps that you can fill? I want you guys to answer these questions honestly. Please do not skip this step. It is going to help you find a profitable niche so you can start building that business that you love. So, what do you naturally love talking about? Is it health and wellness? Is it budgeting, homeschooling? There are literally millions of things that we can look at, but it's got to be something that you want to talk about. Even if you're not an expert, you can learn as you go. Next, what skills or knowledge do you already have? Focus on what skills you already have. Use it to your advantage. If you are lacking skills, ask yourself where or who you need to reach out to work on those skills. Next, ask yourself, what do people ask you for help with? Do you find that people ask your advice for certain things? If so, write them down. Who knows? That might be something that people are searching for. Then, what struggles have you overcome that others still deal with? So, have you solved a problem for yourself? If so, let's write it down. I know we all like to think that we're the only ones in certain situations, but I promise you, we are not. There are 5 billion people on social media, and they all have some sort of problem that they need solved. Now, let's talk about the few steps ahead concept. As somebody who is just starting out on this online journey, you sometimes tend to feel like an imposter because you aren't an expert. But the thing is, you don't have to be an expert. You just have to be a few steps ahead of the beginner. For an example, say somebody has started a TikTok channel and grew it massively just by trying new things. They can now teach people how they did it, even though they aren't an expert. There is nothing wrong with learning more about your niche as you're going. When I started in the Legacy Builder program, I was literally learning and earning at the same time. I barely had my system up and running and started making sales. I wasn't lying about income claims. I was honest about my journey and was implementing what I was learning. I wasn't an expert. I was just a few steps of the people behind me. Here's a few places that you can start to see what's being searched. I am going to be diving deep into researching our niches, and I am going to show you how to use these sites. But if you're anything like me and you just want to get started, so start here. Once you've narrowed down a couple niches, but don't get yourself caught in the weeds. We are just looking to see what people are asking for. So here's your action step for today. I want you to write down 3 niche ideas based on your passions, your skills, and your experiences. Share your top choice in the comment section of this post for feedback. Remember, guys, if you don't actively engage inside of the community, you will not get the support that you need. Make sure to download the resources below and fill them out. I'm a pen and paper kind of gal, so I made these to help keep you organized and on track. Okay, guys, I will see you in the next video. If you have any questions about this, please put it inside of the community. I will answer them promptly. You've got this.